Test, 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 test. We'll be going live shortly. Now, everybody, just so you know, uh, we are not coming on at any certain time. So if you want to know when we come on live, you can join us on YouTube, Texas Biker Radio News, subscribe, and ring that bell so you will get a notification of when we come live. And it also notifies you that we did a podcast, and you can go look at it at a later time and date. So yeah. So tonight's podcast is talking about the negativism that I heard today out of Newt Gingrich. I hate it when we first of all give the enemy other ideas, and of course I've already said some of them, but what their goal is in Iran, and I think it's all coming out to be true. And what we have to do, well, I'm going to tell you in a few minutes. So right now, let's go to the music. Here we go. Give me a minute. I'm trying to do something here. Good Lord. Trying to get something to work here, and it's not cooperating. Just not going to work. Just not going to work. All right, let's get this thing rolling here. I'll keep an eye on it and let you know. My name is Butch Popeye Moss, Texas Tobacco Radio, Sons of Liberty Riders, MC. And tonight's podcast is about this guy, Newt Gingrich. I heard him this afternoon, and I felt it was the most negative thing I've heard so far. Well, we have actually had Democrats and others who are trying to undermine our troops, undermine the president, undermine our ability to fight this war and win. They're trying to undermine it. They're trying to throw Iran a lifeline. Now, Newt Gingrich, let me switch this around here. Now, Newt Gingrich was busy saying, hey, we could still lose this. And he went on to say the ways we could lose. That at the end of this, the regime could still be in power because they have the guns, they have weapons, they have a stranglehold on the people of Iran. A small minority group of people, the tail is wagging the dog. And so that, he said that, hey, we could still lose this thing. Because if we do not achieve regime change in the eyes of the world and Democrats and everybody else, is we lost. Even though we've decimated the whole regime. If they manage to stay in power, we cannot let that happen. And what I'm asking everybody to do, and it's simple, is hang in there. Let's finish the job. They've been killing American citizens for 47 years. They've been kidnapping citizens 47 years. They are the scourge of the earth. And these mullahs need to be dealt with. They need to be dealt with big time. We need to run them out of Dodge. And I'm telling you right now, Europe is in big trouble from all the people they've let into that country. Not to mention what our Democratic Party did to this country. We've got millions of people here that we don't know who they are and what their goal is, other than free shit. So yeah, this is nuts. Nuts. So, yeah, it's crazy as heck. But I ain't got no use for Newt, for Gingrich talking that kind of crap. I don't have any use for it. I don't have any use for anybody else either that's trying to undermine the country. Don't care for it. these young men up here in this picture that are over there doing their job and doing it quite well, as a matter of fact. And what we're asking you to do is to take a little bit of pain. And yeah, they were talking about, and Newt brought this up, Gingrich brought this up, the Hormuz Strait. We've got to get the stuff flowing through there. Well, I can tell you, I just heard the other day, the Hormuz Strait is open. It's open. What the problem is the carriers, the bulk carriers of oil, are afraid to go through there. They're afraid. It's not that they can't, with escorts and whatever else they need to take care of them going through there. But then again, we may have to take over that area and push them back. But right now, we're still going after launchers. And just think of this. If they were to survive, they would continue building and building and building until they could threaten the whole Mideast area, the whole European area, and eventually the ability to attack us. And they would do it because they think their religion, this is their destiny. And we have to prove to them that, oh, hell, it's not. You're fixing to die. So we've got the newest Ayatollah Asahollah, the son of the son of Satan, whatever you want to call him. He's a jerk. He's a Republican guard. He's in charge of all that shit. And now he's in charge of the whole country. We have to make sure that he goes bye-bye, is what it is. So we've got to endure maybe a month and a half. That's what they're asking for. But people are already in the media already pointing out the cost of gas every minute of every day, trying to fan the flames to get you to turn on their troops. And that's the media's goal. The Democrats' goal is for you to turn on the troops. We can't do that. We've got to back them to the hilt. Now the UK, that's another outfit that's in deep trouble. They couldn't even get a destroyer going to send to protect their assets in the Mideast. And matter of fact is, the Proud destroyer is still in port. I don't know what the name. Oh, wait a minute. I'll think of it. Give me a minute. I'll think of it. The name of it is. God. It's crazy. But they can't even get it going. They've been preparing. I guess what they're going to do, they're going to go to sea unfinished. Yeah. So this is insane. Just a minute, I'll find out what the name of it. Guess they ought to be good. Give me a minute. Here we go. HMS Dragon. Oh, yeah. The Dragon is going to strike nobody. It's stuck in port. And Keir Starmer, the UK Prime Minister, he has said, we're going to send our aircraft carrier. Well, Donald Trump told him, well, it's not needed. We don't need anybody coming along and taking credit when we're winning. And I do believe that's true. But we got to hang tight, everybody. We got to toughen up. And I know I just went through the airports coming back from Colorado. And yes, I went through the TA checks and all that other stuff. And I heard about the TSA people not showing up for work. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Now, they're working, the people that are working, and people in the Coast Guard and every other place, and maybe some other branches we don't know about, entities we don't know about, government workers that have important tasks like our security. They're working without pay. They're working without pay. And who's the fault of that? That damn Chuck Schumer and Democrats. Now it's time that Republicans get rid of the filibuster and push important legislation through, despite of the Democrats. And the Democrats have already said they would trash the filibuster. They would trash it. And why Republicans are waiting, I don't understand. No balls, I guess, no balls. Afraid. Or maybe, or just maybe, there's certain ones that are trying to undermine the Republican Party, the president, and us. Us. Doing everything they can to undermine. Rand Paul comes to mind. Yes, he does. He's gone completely loony, along with Tucker Carlson and others, lunatics. So let's hang tough, everybody. Our troops are over there fighting, they're in harm's way. We've had 8 die so far. And I pray that there's no more. And I pray for their families. At least they had a president that cares about them. Unlike Joe Biden that was looking at his damn watch. But let's give it a chance. We've got to have regime change. And you know it. It's common sense. You know it. Don't vote Democrat just because your family have been Democrats for years. Because what happens is they are making a mistake for years and they're owning a Democratic plantation. Yeah. And the next podcast I'm going to be talking about Amazon. There may be some things you don't know that I just found out the hard way. So let's be talking about that in the next podcast. With that, everybody, this is Butch Popeye Moss saying good evening and have a great day, everybody. I'm going to. What's left of it.